The data center market has been super hot lately and just recently cooled off. And we're taking a look at APLD stock, which is one of the top companies that's seen some momentum over the last few months. We saw them surge from about $3 a share, started covering them around this $3 to $5 range, and then they jumped up to $40 a share and they've sold off recently. Now, there's three things we go over when we're looking at any investment, any stock. The analysis is going to include the markets, then the analysis, along with the plan or the profit potential that we're considering for the company. So let's go ahead and wrap this quick. I'm going to give you guys the full analysis. First off, with APLD stock, they're in the data center market. This market's growing pretty quickly. They are anticipating this market gets up into about $650 billion by 2020 or 2030. I think that we're already there. In fact, Lisa Su of AMD stock, who's the CEO, is saying that we're anticipating over $1 trillion in data center market growth. Now, when you're looking at the markets right now, you can see some of the growth in APLD has been fueled by their next generation data center partnerships. They are developing purpose-built data centers specifically engineered to support AI factories, and they're backed by some top companies for accelerated computing, scalability, efficiency, and building out data centers that traditional data centers simply cannot match. So when we're looking at the analysis here over the next year or so, I'll just give it to you right now. And just a friendly reminder, if you want AI analysis for your investments, then make sure to join the first access list down below. It's the first link below. And if you're not on this list, then you won't be able to get into the first access. So if you get on the first access list, it's the first link below, then that way you'll be notified over the next few days as we roll out AI analysis for you. So again, first link below, and go get on that list so you don't miss it. Most AI models in our machine here are indicating a 42% increase on this stock over the next year. That's according to Claude. So it's an AI analysis that we give Claude, or could be OpenAI or Grok or Gemini, all of the details. We give it all the financials, the news, the technicals, the best data in the world. And if you want to get on the first access list to get AI analysis and get the system to do it, you can join for free in the first link down below for the to get on the first access list before we reveal this Friday. You want to make sure you're there, first access list below, so you don't miss it. Now, APLD, when we're looking at some of the reasons why they've grown so much, we get started off too with the investors. You got Nvidia investing in the company. They're one of the top investors. We've had more buys than sells from an institutional perspective. On the insider perspective, let's see what Claude has to say about this. It's going to work. Here we go, 14 to 6. So most people are buying that are even inside the company. You got Vanguard buying along with BlackRock and State Street as of recently. And then if you take a look at the near term here, you got the technical support here is around $20 a share, according to the AI. And then the resistance is around $24.25 or $25 a share. And let's take a look at what that looks like as it's anticipating red over the next little bit. So again, you got that support here right around $20 a share. That's a previous resistance level we saw back in September, where $20 acted as a resistance and then a support level in late September. And we see them sell back down to that $20 price point on Friday this past week and then bounce. And then we're trying to break above that $25 range, but face that resistance once again. And they couldn't break above it today, selling back down in this $23 range. So right now, in the near term, maybe they sell back down even further into this $21, $22 range. But in the long term, it's looking like this is kind of more of the trend. You're looking at something like this, potentially a V-shaped pattern. Now, why would that be the case? What's the chances of that happening? Well, for one of the chances of it happening, one thing we could do is we have all the projections that just came in from Claude. Let's go ahead and get an AI enhanced quantum analysis. We recently just added something super spectacular here. I don't know if you guys could see it, but it's a IonQ and Rigetti analysis, whichever one you want. So we'll get an IonQ analysis to look at all the time frames that we have for projections and give us a quantum analysis based on the confidence of the AI for each time frame. Which time frame is most likely? Let's see if it can work here. IonQ, Rigetti. Let's give me a little bit. Let's give it a refresh. Let's see if it works. There we go. All right, IonQ. It says that the most confident time frame it has is the 4-hour time frame. Fair enough. It's anticipating about a 1%, 1.5% gain over the next 4 hours. So running it through some quantum analysis, that's how it looks. Now, when you're looking through the investments in the company, that's one thing. But what are they actually doing that's drawing investors? When you're looking at the data center builds, they're partnered with Nvidia, which makes sense. Why Nvidia would invest in them? They're partnered with Dell and Intel and Hewlett Packard, Supermicro Computer, and they've had some recent deals. Now, the financials right now, they look on the income statement, they're looking okay. Let's see, this was CoreWeave I was looking at as their partner. CoreWeave is growing very fast, and CoreWeave actually just signed a $15 billion deal with Applied Digital here. Here we are. So Applied Digital has revenues only right now of about 64 million in revenue. It's not a ton, but it's increased 84% year over year, and it's their biggest link. Their business is struggling in the income statement in my eyes because they've signed some big AI data center deals recently. If you look back at their news, they signed a $7 billion deal with CoreWeave that increased to $11 billion. Then they signed a $5 billion or a $4 billion, $3 billion deal. And these are data center AI infrastructure plays, and they're anticipating more growth. Now, their revenue hasn't caught up. It's increasing, but it hasn't caught up, and their net income still negative. So as of right now, it doesn't look extremely favorable on the income statement. But when it comes to the financials, the balance sheet is where they have seen actually some positive sentiment. You got the total assets surging from just 900 million around in 2024 to now they're at $2.4 billion in assets with about $1 billion in equity, 1.1 billion in equity. So with their current market cap of about 6.4 billion, the only thing holding them back right now is the income statement. Seeing some of those recent contracts they've signed that are in the billions of dollars to roll in. We should see revenues of a couple $100 million in a quarter if those contracts are going to continue to be solidified and they're going to receive funds for those things. So that's how kind of the news, the financials look. When we're looking at the AI projections here, and we're looking at some of the levels, according to the levels here, we're looking at a resistance at $25 again that could sell down further. If they can continue to run back up, and it would look something like this kind of overall uptrend, right? It's going to really rely on some market factors, because let's be honest, every market is going to be impacted by a lot of different markets. We got Fed rates, you got Nvidia is reporting earnings this week. So Nvidia is reporting earnings on the 19th, and they're just 2 days away. And these earnings could really play a key role in how the AI markets, or just the markets in general, respond. Because if they come in with great earnings, then Nvidia demonstrates the AI demand continues to grow. The AI demand continues to see more economics that are looking like the real world usage is paying off, and that the spending is justified, and that we see the demand still there in the AI market. And in that case, you're going to see really, really good positive sentiment probably around the market riding on some of these Nvidia earnings. Now, if it doesn't happen right away, that's okay. Most likely won't happen right away, but you could see that as a major catalyst for just the overall continuation of, for example, this trend. If we see that play out, demand's there. Data center company like APLD is targeting bullish up into that $25 range, which currently would be about a 10% margin for profit here. And then if they're going to continue the uptrend, we're looking about a 30 to 75% margin for profit. Now, I currently hold APLD. I've been holding them for a while. We're up only about 55% on our trade here. And we also have some positions in our Charles Schwab portfolio. But in general, I'm thinking, from a long-term perspective, continue to hold and look for some trades. This morning, I was trading TSSI. It went according to plan, but it was not ideal. Had to set a stop loss. The market was too choppy, as it has been the last day or so. And, as we'd like to see that full recovery, watch that resistance at $25. We get a breakout above there. Now we're kind of in business. We're seeing something here. Or even selling back down in that $20 range. Maybe we look for that recovery back up into that $25 range. That could be that, 18% margin for profit, something like that. So we're going to be watching them closely. Again, really choppy, just kind of waiting for that bottom that we did see happen. Now we're seeing them kind of get rejected there, and we're looking for, them to potentially break out or find a better deal here in the next few days into this week. So if you want to learn how to invest in AI data center driven companies, and you want to know how to invest in space tech and quantum stocks, how to do the technicals, the fundamentals, then I would encourage you, go ahead and join StockMate. It's the second link down below. You can join our daily live trading sessions as soon as tomorrow. We're there every day, Monday through Friday. And we also have our targets for the week. There's about 29 individuals who are millionaires inside of StockMate. So if you have any questions, they're there. But also I'm there if you want to send me a direct message. So if you're kind of a beginner as well, that's okay. Whether you're a beginner or you're experienced, you'll find a lot of value in StockMate. Along with the targets that come out each week, we also have some books in there and about 60 or 70 lessons on technicals, fundamentals, options, all that good stuff. If you're just looking to learn more, then it's there for you. So daily live trading is happening tomorrow morning. It's not here on stock or on YouTube. You get a link in your email about 15 minutes before the market opens, and you can join us there, see my entries, see my exits, and surround yourself with other investors. So again, second link below for StockMate. If you want to get first access, have the first access list secured for you for AI analysis, then again, it's the first link below to make sure that you're on that list and that you're able to lock in access. And if I earned your thumbs up, hit the like button, do consider subscribing, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.